Hello students, so you can see over here the reaction of hydrolysis of methyl benzoate is already started. What we have taken in the RPF is 2 ml of methyl benzoate, 30 ml of 2 molar NaOH solution and just one porcelain piece to avoid bumping, and we are refluxing the reaction mixture for 1 hour. After the completion of reaction, we will cool the reaction mixture to room temperature and proceed with the workup. So now the 1 hour is over, so I stop the heating. Now this product mixture is quite hot. We need to first get it to room temperature by cooling. Now we have cooled the product mixture. We are supposed to pour this in 2 molar HCl solution, 50 ml. So that has already been taken in the beaker. 2 molar HCl, 50 ml. Why this is required? Because we are actually carrying out the hydrolysis of methyl benzoate, that is the ester, to form acid and alcohol. The acid which is formed is benzoic acid. But since we have used sodium hydroxide for the purpose of hydrolysis, we are not going to get the free acid COOH. We are going to get CONA salt, right? So we are going to get sodium benzoate, and we need to convert it to the free acid form. So the sodium salt can be converted to free benzoic acid by treatment with HCl. Now we need to pour this solution, the product mixture, into 50 ml of 2 molar HCl, and we will get the benzoic acid. You can see immediately as I pour the product mixture, I am getting white precipitate, so that is nothing but my benzoic acid. I am getting a curdy white PPT of benzoic acid. So this indicates that the sodium salt of benzoic acid is converted to free form, that is benzoic acid. Okay, you can just have a look. So this is the precipitate we have got. Now the next step is simply isolating the product by vacuum filtration and then recrystallizing the product by hot water. So we will filter it now on vacuum. So you can see here the filtration flask along with the rubber teat and the Buchner funnel is ready. The filter paper is ready. We just need to wet the filter paper. So we can use little amount of cold water to wet the filter paper so that the filtration will become fast. Okay, and you will get a tight seal of the filter paper with the Buchner. I am just going to pour our product mixture, which is having benzoic acid crude product. We can see we have got a very good yield of benzoic acid. Now we all know that benzoic acid is insoluble in water. So what we can do is we can just add a little amount of cold water in which the benzoic acid is still less soluble, and just give washings. So that all of the product is getting filtered. There is nothing sticking to beaker, because our aim is to increase the yield, right? We don't want product loss as far as possible. So we'll just try to incorporate all the crystals in the solution and pour it again. In process, we are even giving washings with the solvent in which the compound is insoluble. So you can see the filtrate is clear now, and what we are getting is benzoic acid compound crude product I'm just going to dry this by increasing vacuum slightly over here as far as possible. So this is our crude product. You can see the product is not having any sort of color. It is perfectly white in color. So even while during recrystallization, we need not give charcoal treatment. So now I have taken the crude product in conical flask and I have kept water for heating because we are going to use hot solvent. Approximately we can consider that since we have started with 2 ml of methyl benzoate, we have got around maybe 1.8 gram of benzoic acid. That is our assumption. Or we can even take the rough yield of crude product by weighing and then take the solvent accordingly. You know our default salt is default start is 10 ml of solvent, recrystallization solvent for 1 gram of solid, right? So accordingly, maximum amount of solvent which we will use is around 20 to 25 ml. Okay. So you can see I have added around 20 ml of hot solvent. Now after adding hot solvent, I'll just see if all of the compound gets dissolved, and if required I'll add solvent in parts. But first I will get the solution to boiling point of the solvent. You can just have a look. Very small amount of solid is remaining now to be dissolved and the solution is not yet at boiling point of water. So we'll just continue heating and if required we will add little bit of more solvent. Solid is reducing and because there is no color, no impurities which are present, I'm not going to filter this solution. I'm just going to place it for cooling so that I get nice needle shaped sparkling crystals of benzoic acid. So you can see the solid is reducing very fast now. It's dissolving. Very small amount is remaining now. We have got absolutely clear solution now and the solution is also boiling, so we need not add more solvent. We'll just place this conical flask to cool. So I'm just getting it to room temperature first and then I'll place it in ice bath. You can just see, have a look, the crystallization process has started. Just because of this vapors, you are not able to see it properly. Fine needle shaped crystals crystallizing out. Though the solution is very hot, but it is always with benzoic acid. Most of the times even premature crystallization occur when you try to filter the solution to remove either the charcoal or impurities. That is a characteristic feature of benzoic acid. Now you can see beautiful crystals you are getting, very long, thin, and the yield is increasing with time. It looks like the OSA zones. You must have done biochemistry practicals and seen the crystals of OSA zones in your microscope, under microscope. You get a similar feeling. Now you can see the yield has increased. Crystallization is occurring very fast. You can just have a look sideways too. Still the solution is very hot. I got the solution to room temperature. After getting it to room temperature to increase yield, you can even place it in ice bath. But since the yield looks good, I am not placing it in ice bath. And even I don't want to, what you can say, I want the crystals to look as they are, needle shape. So I don't want to do sudden cooling. I'm just pouring the crystals. I already poured solvent over the filter paper to get a tight seal. I can give washings to this conical flask because many crystals are there still. Cold water. You can just look at the less concentrated solution. Really beautiful crystals. Again, still little amount of crystals is sticking to the conical. They're very fine. Since they're fine, there is very less chance that any amount of solvent or impurities entrap. So these are going to be the purest form. So if you take the melting point, you will get the exact value of the melting point as compared to that of literature. And then final washings. So now I'm just going to dry these crystals on the Buckner. I'm just going to increase the vacuum. And then after this, you can just dry the crystals, weigh them, find the practical yield, percent practical yield based on theoretical yield calculations, and finally determine the physical constant, that is melting point, to confirm the identity and purity of the compound. So these are our benzoic acid crystals, final thin needle shaped sparkling crystals. We can further dry this in oven to get the absolutely crispy product. Okay, so with this we have completed the experiment. Thank you.